Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So, if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe.
So, let's get into today's video. In today's video, we are going to be hitting the Open Ultra League. And, as always, I always look to run a triple non-XL team. So, this season is no different. Non-XL teams are getting harder and harder to run. As every season passes, more and more people have access to XL Pokemon. And with the distance trading and guaranteed XLs, it's not just spoofers and defitters that have it. It's pretty much available to everyone that is level 40 and above. But we are going to continue with the triple non-XLs, and we are back running triple water. We used to run Gyarados, Swampert and Lapras. However, with Community Day, Double Legacy Walrein, I actually think it's better than Lapras, so we are going to be running that line of 3. We are going to be having Gyarados in the lead on Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail and Crunch, Swampert with Hydro Cannon and Earthquake, and the Double Legacy Walrein on the safe switch, running Powder Snow, Icicle Spear and Earthquake. This is going to be 4 whole sets, so a longer video for you all to sit back and enjoy, grab a snack and get ready for some trash talking. Moving on to game 1. We pick up a lead against a Gengar. Gengar is pretty scary. You can see Dragon Breath is absolutely shredding us. If they go straight for the Shadow Ball, it will one-shot us, but my big cojones are going to call a bait. They throw a Shadow Punch, which does mean we will survive. Dragon Breath's really starting to chunk. The opponent is going to have to throw some energy. So they are now energy dry. I'm going to come in with Swampert, look to shield once, and completely mud shot down. Shadow Punch isn't the best move. You can see with the Shadow Claw damage, we're already getting, well, not low, but we are starting to lose some health. They come in with Swampert. I count to 5, look to catch the Hydro Cannon. I'm unsuccessful. The opponent is staying in, so I'm going to fire off an Icicle Sphere. We are going to have to tank an Earthquake. Well, I could shield, but I'm choosing not to. As always, on this channel, we are looking to use the GOAT, and the GOAT will always do GOAT things. We fire off one more Icicle Sphere. Let's see if the opponent wants to give up their last shields. They do, so they must be weak to ice in the back. The opponent completely mud shots us down, which is absolutely dreadful. I'm going to have to tank one move. I'm actually shielding up in case they Earthquake. As Earthquake from a Shadow does near one shot. In comes Melmetal. We're close to 100 energy. I fire off the Earthquake. The Swampert does have a move. Will we survive this move? We're about to find out. We do survive. 1 HP and a dream. We farm down. And we've got a Hydro Cannon ready to go for the Gengar. So really close game in game 1. But we're off to a 1-0 start. Moving on into game number 2. The season of Spice is upon us. We're in the Open Ultra League. And this crazy mofo is running Shadow Crobat. We know we are going to tank the Poison Fang with no problems. The opponent now switches out into something using Mud Shot. I believe it's Swampert. We're going to go for a Crunch. It's actually a Politoed, looking to get the defense debuff. We don't get the debuff, but we got a great response with the Walrus. Is this on Legacy Earthquake? They're firing off Weather Ball, which is pretty good for us. This is just another Weather Ball. So the big fat seal, the big Walrus, is going to use itself as a damage sponge. They get to one more Weather Ball. It's still not really threatening us. We're going to now fire off this Earthquake. Earthquake will be enough to knock out the Politoed. I actually go for a cheeky undercharge, but it still knocks out because Shadow Walrus hits like a fucking truck. They actually come in with an Obstagoon now, so this isn't really ideal. However, we are going to get to an Icicle Spear to chip the health and now switch out into Swampert because I don't want to get farmed down. We obviously aren't going to shield the first one in case they get a boost. I'm praying for no boost. We deny a counter. Hydro Cannon is going to do big damage. The opponent does shield it up, and at this stage now we sneak a Mud Shot. I'm definitely going to shield this up. We do shield the Night Slash. Once again, I'm looking to overfarm. This Hydro Cannon should be enough to take out the Obstagoon. We do manage to take out the Obstagoon. They've got one shield left, so we are going to come in, fire off this Hydro Cannon. This should draw the last shield, which it does. I now switch back into Gyarados. I'm hoping that I can get to this Aqua Tail. We shield up the Poison Fang. Do we make it yet again on 1 HP and a dream? Does Aqua Tail KO? Yes, it does, and that is a good game. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, another Spice Lord. They have a Mawk in the lead. We save switch immediately into our Walrus. Mawk obviously could hit us for double super effective Thunder Punch on the Gary. My gosh, that Thunder Punch hit like a fucking truck. Holy shit. We are going to bait with an Icicle Sphere. We draw the shield. I'm hoping to get to the Earthquake. We just make the Earthquake. Is the opponent going to double shield? The opponent is double shielding. Holy crap, they like this Mawk. I am now going to have to wait out my switch timer, and we should be able to come in with Swampert. Dark Pulse will hit really hard, but I am going to tank one for science. They actually fire Acid Spray, so a huge no-call on our end. We've still got 2 shields. I'm going to fire off this Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon will get rid of the Mawk, and I'm going to have to switch out at some stage to clear my debuff. They have a Charmer in the back, so I had to switch out, as with the defense drop, Swampert would get shredded. We get to 1 Aqua Tail. It does chip the health, but we're looking in a rough spot. The opponent makes a catch on Talonflame. This could give us a win con. It's actually Typhlosion. It was using Incinerate. They are at 3. They need 1 more for the Solar Beam. I am going to shield up a Blast Burn regardless, because we are getting quite low on HP and we've got 2 shields. I'm looking to Mud Shot down. We do Mud Shot down, and the Sylveon quits the match, off to a 3-0 start. Moving on into the next battle, we see the more common Incinerate user. This time, we see the Talonflame in the lead. They save switch to Greedent, and holy shit, we haven't really got a response for Greedent. Bullet Seed hits Walrein for super effective. However, it is quite bulky and it is quite spammy. They shield up the first one. This is great for us, as we just need shield advantage, because obviously we have 2 great responses for Talonflame. I'm going to get to 1 more Icicle Sphere from a Shadow. Even the bulky Greedent does start to get chipped. You can see we got it into the yellow. I was hoping to make 1 more, but the opponent dumps their energy. So we lose switch, but we have got shield advantage. Hopefully, the GOAT will be able to sweep the end game. I come back in with the Gary. They make 1 more move. This Greedent is super fucking spammy. Bullet Seed only takes 3 to make the Body Slam. So I fire off this Aqua Tail. It probably isn't going to KO, which it doesn't, but 1 more Dragon Breath does take him out. Let's see what the opponent's 3rd Pokemon is. I highly doubt they come back in with Talonflame. And in the back, they have a Mandibuzz. So this team is double flyers, and both these flyers are super bulky. We do CMP tie. This is best case scenario for us. We tank the foul play, and I switch out now into Swampert. They bring back in the Talonflame. So just before they get to the Brave Bird, I am going to fire a Hydro Cannon. Does the opponent want to shield up Talonflame? They do not. They're looking to go for a Brave Bird, I imagine, but they're at 4. It is the Brave Bird, so we can now Mud Shot down, just about get there. Best case scenario for Swampert. We just managed to farm down before they reach the 2nd Brave Bird. We now draw a shield with a Hydro Cannon. Can Swampert clutch out this game? The spam monster, the GOAT, is going to town. But you can see these Hydro Cannons, even from a Shadow, don't do too much. So I shield up the foul play. We are going to need 2 more Hydro Cannons, as this next one isn't going to KO. And trust me, you aren't going to Mud Shot down a flyer, but I do snipe it with the Dragon Breath. So we're off to a 4-0 start. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up something that absolutely wrecks my team. We see Galvantula, they win CMP. They go for a lunge, which I was hoping I'd survive, but we do not. A resisted lunge takes us out, which isn't ideal. I'm going to fire off his Hydro Cannon before they get to move, hoping that they do let it go. The opponent shields it up. They're at 4 now. I really don't want to get energy balled, so I am going to shield it up. It's just a lunge. Not fantastic. Once again, I am going to throw before they make the 2nd lunge. This Galvantula is absolutely running for our team. The opponent double shields. Holy fucking crap. We are in a rough spot. We shield up another lunge. I'm now going to overfarm as much as I possibly can. This Hydro Cannon will take out the Galvantula, but we are down all our shields. The opponent has 2 fully healthy Pokemon. What is it in the back? In the back is Cresselia, and they have Talonflame. So this looks like there's absolutely no chance we're going to pull this one off. As if they're on grass knot, it will one-shot Swampert. We're hoping to get rid of this Talonflame before they reach a move. Does this Icicle Sphere KO? Please tell me it does, but it does not. If we would have KO'd them, we would have had a chance, but we are going to get taken out with a Brave Bird. I'm looking to Mud Shot down, which we do, but if they're on grass knot, I think even a Moonblast will take us out from this range, and we get absolutely fucking wrecked. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we see Lapras versus Gyarados. This is kind of neutral, although Ice Beam would end up one-shot us. It's 6 to an Ice Beam. Stay in school, kids. Learn to count. That is a double resisted move and a lot of energy wasted. They now come in with Giratina. Into my Walrus. I don't really know what to say about this. So this absolutely is not a good matchup. Despite us being chipped in health, this really isn't a great matchup. We tank the Dragon Claw, we fire back with an Icicle Sphere, which the Giratina also tanks, and we outpace him to the 2nd Icicle Sphere. The opponent does choose to shield. Obviously, they don't want to see the Walrein. I do want to keep my Swampert well away from this Lapras, so once again, I'm going to fire another Icicle Sphere. I highly doubt the opponent shields this up, as it would be a really bad play on their end. They let it go. The Lapras is going to have a tough job ice sharding us down. They do throw their energy just before we threaten them with an Earthquake, which is best case scenario for myself. So if you're in that situation like me, you don't want to throw. The fact I didn't throw meant the opponent did dump their energy, which is exactly what you want to do. We fire off a Crunch, Crunch lands, we get the defense drop. I am looking to farm down. Unfortunately, I do not make it. I am going to shield this move up. Once again, we shield up the Ice Beam. We simultaneously swap. In the back is a Togekiss. We do manage to deny a charm. We're going to have to get to 3 Hydro Cannons. First Hydro Cannon, they let go through. Second Hydro Cannon, once again, denying a charm. Should draw the opponent's shield, and they will have to throw some energy. They're not going to be able to charm us down. The opponent realizes this, and they dump their energy. However, we've got a move loaded on the Gyarados. We actually don't get taken out by the Ancient Power, but the chip damage is enough, so we get charmed down. Back out comes the Gary. Aqua Tail almost KOs. 1 Dragon Breath takes him out, and we should be able to Dragon Breath down this Lapras. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle. I remember this battle. If you look top left, the spinning wheel of death is absolutely imminent. So we are going to have to shield this move up. I have lagged, and this thing absolutely runs through my back line. Not great. We even managed to get really poor timing, so we've still got the spinning wheel of death, and the opponent sneaks a move. At this stage now, I'm just going to have to let Gary go, and we're looking pretty fucked. Are we going to pull this one off? Well, we're about to find out. We bring in the Walrus. We are going to tank the Leaf Blade. I've got no idea how much this does, but now I've seen, I really didn't want to tank that. The opponent does make a switch into Charizard. I bank the Icicle Sphere. In comes Charizard. They are going to hit me with a Blast Burn. So I'm going to tank this on the chin, and now here's where the big brain plays come in. We are going to fire off just a Great, and I'm going to look to Mud Shot down this Charizard. It would one-shot if I hit all the bubbles, so I'm hoping to Mud Shot down. They just make a Dragon Claw. I'm going to have to shield this up, but I will leave with almost 100 energy. So we do manage to commit to the Mud Shot down. What is it in the back? In the back is Registeel. 1 Earthquake does not KO, so I'm going to fire off a Hydro Cannon. We're at 100 energy. I'm going to overfarm as much as I dare. So this Earthquake will take them out if they do not shield, and we'll make a Hydro Cannon against the Surfetch. You see I've got the Hydro Cannon. The game fucking screws me, as that Hydro Cannon would have drawn the shield, and we would have won this match. Fucking Niantic, you're pissing me off. Fix your fucking game. But we won't tilt, so moving swiftly on. We see Poliwrath in the lead. This is kind of neutral. We are hitting for neutral with our Dragon Breath. We double resist the Mud Shot due to our flying type, and Ice Punch hits us for neutral. So it's a pretty long, boring fight. You can see they are going straight Ice Punch. I'm going to go for a Crunch, hoping for the debuff. Crunch obviously is resisted, so is Aqua Tail. We don't get we actually do get the defense drop, and I am counting moves. Can you believe I'm switching in an Ice type into a loaded fighter? We catch the Ice Punch, which is a bit cheeky, and now they come in with a Granbull. This isn't a bad matchup for us, as we are far spammier than the Granbull. First Icicle Sphere draws the shield. We are going to get them quite low with this second Icicle Sphere, hopefully into a Powder Snow farm down range. They actually double shield, so we're in a bit of a rough spot. Well, we're actually not. We're up shields with the Goat, and the Goat should be able to do Goat things. We're going to shield up this Crunch, hoping for no debuff. We don't get a debuff. I'm just going to get rid of this thing. I'm going to overfarm just a touch. Hydro Cannon will take out Granbull from this health. It actually does about 80%. Near one-shots. What is in the back? They bring back in the Poliwrath. I'm counting fast moves. Once again, I make a catch on the Gary. So we're running rings around this opponent. I think they're feeling my wrath because of how pissed off I am with the last game. But we're going to land this Earthquake on the Walrein. We have a shield, so they're going to have to get to 2 moves. And that absolutely is not going to happen. So we're going to shield this move up. This will be an Icicle Sphere. We will get to the Earthquake. This Earthquake will take out the Walrus, and we should be able to Mud Shot down the Poliwrath. Can we Mud Shot down? Yes, we can. So despite me getting quite tilted, we are back to winning ways. Moving on into the next battle. We'll see another one of these really awkward matchups. Both our fast moves are hitting for resisted. However, they do slightly outpace us, and they have a potential of a boost. We managed to let a Bullet Punch through, which is super annoying as I'm using a one-turn move, but it is what it is. We draw a shield. I'm just going to let the Gary go down, as I know that Swampert will have a great matchup against the Scizor. So we have got shield advantage once again, and in comes the Goat. We are going to tank this Night Slash. Night Slash non-boosted, non-stab, even on attack-weighted Pokemon, doesn't do too much, and we are resisting the Bullet Punches. I fire on 3 because I might have missed the sneak, and we do lose CMP, so I get rid of the Scizor. They bring in a Sylveon. I'm going to fire off a Hydro Cannon. The opponent makes a great swap. What do they catch the Hydro Cannon on? They catch a Hydro Cannon on their own Swampert. I now switch out into the Walrus, banking the Hydro Cannon for later, And at this stage now, it should be pretty much a good game. Icicle Sphere takes out the Swampert before they even make a charge move. We still have 2 shields, so I've got no idea why the opponent hasn't top left. We will shield up the side shot. The opponent is going to not appreciate these Icicle Spheres. Icicle Sphere does draw their last shield, and at this stage now, I'm just going to go for an Earthquake and take them out. We have obviously got that Hydro Cannon loaded on the Swampert, but we aren't going to need it, so GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle. We see the fucking Bear Trap. You hate to see it. We switch out into Walrein, which once again isn't the best matchup. Let's see how much a Rock Slide does in Ultra. It does almost half our HP. They now switch out into Talonflame. I fire after 2, or I think I actually overtap, so we give away a free Incinerate, which is not fantastic. However, we do get to this second Icicle Sphere. Second Icicle Sphere does actually draw a shield. Looks like the opponent is looking to farm us down. That gives us another win con, as this next Icicle Sphere will get them super low, and now the opponent has to dump their energy. So, despite me overtapping, I don't know how you overtap on a Powder Snow, but it is what it is. Anyway, getting back into it, we are going to be able to Dragon Breath down this Talonflame before they even make a second Flame Charge. I'm now counting Mod Shots. They left on 7, so they had 2. So I'm counting to 3. We switch out. They actually, in the middle of their Mod Shot animation, I switched out a little bit early, but the opponent spams out the Rock Slide anyway, which is fantastic for us. And in the back is a Cresselia. Can we pull this one off? I am going to have to shield up absolutely everything. I'm going to look to try and sack my Gyarados at some stage. The opponent is over farming. I think they're trying to lure me into a false sense of security, thinking they haven't got Grass Knot, but I'm absolutely shielding. We've got 2 shields, so I'm not going to risk it. It is the Grass Knot, so now we are in a bit of a tricky spot. I am going to have to shield up this next Grass Knot, as I don't want Swampert to go down yet. And it looks like we could hopefully land an Earthquake. Earthquake should get them super low. I'm going to fire this Earthquake and make an immediate swap into Gyarados. So we actually simultaneously swap. So the opponent had the same idea as me. We're so loaded, full of energy on the Gyarados. First one does get them low. We are going to have to tank a Rock Slide. Rock Slide will not KO. Stupid fucking Bear Trap. You don't get stabbed and you're not Mud Shotting me down. The opponent realises that and they quit the match. GG's and thanks for playing. Speaking of Bear Traps, we see another fucking Bear Trap in the lead. So we immediately switch into Walrein. We tank the first Rock Slide. The opponent is staying in. So I'm going to bait with an Icicle Sphere. They must have something weak to ice in the back as they have stayed in. We draw a shield, which is great for us. I'm now going to shield this up and we'll outpace to the next Earthquake. Is the opponent going to commit 2 shields? I really hope they do not, but I'm going to fire off this Earthquake. Earthquake hopefully will one-shot, but the opponent actually double shields. Holy crap. We sneak a Powder Snow, so I'm going to commit my shield here. I do believe we are going to outpace to the back-to-back. We're not actually going to outpace. We'll CMP tie, and I believe Walrein should beat the Bear Trap as it's got loads of HP. So we do CMP tie on the next move. This Icicle Sphere will take him out, and Walrein has managed to maintain switch advantage. Well, I say that. This is just their lead Pokemon. We've won the opening matchup. They have a Clefable. This isn't great. We're going to chip it with an Icicle Sphere. Icicle Sphere lands. It is now almost in Hydro Cannon range, so I come in with Swampert. I managed to throw at poor time, and I should have thrown one more Mud Shot, but Hydro Cannon lands. Can we Mud Shot down? We cannot, but I do snipe with Gyarados. What is it you have in the back? In the back is a Jellicent. So this should be G to the G. Crunch lands. Crunch is going to do big damage. We get the defense drop. The opponent is going to have to Shadow Ball us to take us out, and then Swampert will outpace to the Hydro Cannon, and that is going to be a good game. They're now 4 away, so when they're at the Bubble Beam, this Hydro Cannon comes through, and Swampert is a Jellicent counter confirmed. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a lead against Giratina. I believe this is against Pogo Grind, another content creator. Shout out to him. So we are going to tank this first move. I'm going to overfarm as much as I can. I look to CMP tie on the next one. For some reason, my move doesn't register. I was hoping to CMP tie to draw a shield, but either way, we do survive. We actually did CMP tie. My charge move fires immediately. I've got no idea why Gyarados lost CMP, but it is what it is. So we do draw a shield, and we now come in with Walrein. They switch out into Escavalier. We're going to switch into Swampert. I'm going to shield this Drill Run up, as Drill Run would do quite a lot of damage to myself. I'm going to overfarm. Let's see if the opponent wants to commit their next shield. We deny a counter, so even if they do don't shield, I'll get to the next Hydro Cannon before they make a Drill Run, and if they choose to shield this, I should be able to Mud Shot down. So I imagine they're going to let it go, which they do. I'm really hoping my switch timer comes up. It does not, so I'm going to spam off this Hydro Cannon. I'm really hoping to see my switch timer show me the switch timer. It still isn't up, so I'm going to let the move come through. We will survive, and I'm going to look to make an immediate swap into Walrein. So we are ahead in energy, and in the back is a Toxicroak. This is going to be tricky. We allow a counter through, which makes it even trickier. However, we should make 3 Icicle Spheres. First Icicle Sphere lands. We are going to shield this Mud Bomb up. You can see we're almost at the back-to-back. So I'm going to fire 1 Powder Snow. I think we actually CMP tied, so what am I on about? But either way, this will draw the shield, and we're going to make the next Icicle Sphere to take out the Toxicroak. So once again, you can see that Walrein is absolutely broken. We did have an energy lead, but either way, super OP, and we managed to Powder Snow down and take that game. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up a lead against Mandibuzz. This is dreadful. Swampert doesn't do too bad, but is a losing matchup, and I really would not recommend safe switching in Swampert, so I'm just going to have to sack the Gyarados. We fire off this Aqua Tail. You're going to see it does absolutely nothing to Mandibuzz. It's super, super healthy. We're going to tank this next move. We will make 1 more Aqua Tail, and then the play is going to be to come in and Powder Snow down. So we make a last-minute Aqua Tail. That Snarl you saw come through probably will take us out, which it does. I'm really hoping to Powder Snow down, only take 1 move. We sneak a Powder Snow, but look how fucking bulky this thing is. Even with the sneak, they're on a free cycle. We cannot Powder Snow down. 1 HP and a Dream. Mandibuzz, the XL monster, gets to another move. So we are getting quite low. We do Powder Snow down. We've got loads of energy. What is in the back? Oh crap, we are looking fucked. It is Cresselia, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire off as many Icicle Spheres as possible, and then hope that Swampert up shields can clutch out this game, but it's looking unlikely. So we get to 3 Icicle Spheres. This should get the Cresselia fairly low, which it does. We sneak another Powder Snow. I was tempted to shield him because I think the next Icicle Sphere would threaten him, but I'm going to come in with Swampert. So we are going to have to shield up the Grass Knot. We know they are on Grass Knot. I'm going to overfarm as much as I can and hope they've got perhaps a Steel type in the back. So I overfarm just before they get to the next Grass Knot. This Hydro Cannon will take out the Cresselia, and what is in the back? In the back is a Walrein. So we are absolutely fucked. I'm going to allow this move to come through. I'm going to fire an Earthquake, and if they shield it up, I'm just going to top left. So I fire the Earthquake. Is the opponent trying to 2-shield flex on me? They are not, so you already know it's top left time. GG's. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up another dreadful lead. Trevenant is something that pretty much beats our entire team. They're at 7, but I'm going to call the Seed Bomb, which we do successfully. I'm now going to overfarm, and I was going to throw a Crunch, but I was going for a bait, and the opponent catches it on a Walrein. Great play from the opponent, so I'm going to look to get to a Crunch. I'm just going to allow my Gyarados to go down. So we draw a shield with the Crunch. We've got it quite low with the Dragon Breath. I'm now going to come in with Swampert. You might be thinking, am I fucking mad? Well, maybe. But I come in with Swampert as I obviously don't want to have Swampert versus Trevenant. I know I do survive this next Icicle Sphere, and with the defense drop, a Hydro Cannon will be enough to take him out. So Hydro Cannon should take out the Walrein, but they actually choose to shield. So I now switch out into my own Walrein. So I know they're going to Earthquake me, so I'm going to shield it up, as Earthquake will do more than a Seed Bomb. They now switch out into Trevenant. I'm going to shield up this Seed Bomb. So Seed Bomb does draw my shield. We did CMP tie, so I'm going to go for a cheeky undercharge. I need to leave it in a Powder Snow range where 5 does take him out. We take him out, perfect timing. So the undercharge did work out clutch for myself. What is in the back? We're about to find out. In the back is a Swampert. So we are going to get to this first Icicle Sphere. Icicle Sphere does land. We're going to get to 1 more. You're going to see I look to make a catch. I'm unsuccessful. I think the only win con for myself was a catch. We didn't make it. So we managed to lose 2 on the bounce. Earthquake obliterates us, and that is a good game. We've lost the last 2 battles, and once again we see a Surf Etch. We already know this thing can absolutely run for our team. I'm not going to shield this first move up. Leaf Blade is going to hurt. Ouch. And they now make a switch into Lapras. So I bank as much energy as I dare, and I switch out into Walrus. You might be thinking, why have I banked all that energy? Well, because we resist counter. I'm going to need back-to-back Aqua Tails to threaten that Surf Etch later. You also would see the Lapras built up to 8. We're in the Open Ultra League, so I call the fact that they're on Ice Beam, which is a huge call from us, as Skull Bash would have hurt, but we called it and they're not on Skull Bash. So I land the Earthquake, and at this stage now, we're just going to tank all this energy. You're going to see I'm going to overfarm as much as I physically can. So that's 2, 3, 4. We CMP tie the Lapras. When they get to the next Surf, Earthquake will take them out. And because of overfarm, we will get to 1 Icicle Sphere against the Surf Etch. This is fantastic because they will need to shield this up. So we draw the Sirfetch's first shield. They counter us down. They're not quite at a move yet. So I'm going to come in with Gary, fire the Aqua Tail immediately. Are they willing to go down 2 shields? No, they are not. We Dragon Breath down. I've got to move banked. I switch out into Swampert, and in the back is their own Swampert. The fact we've got 2 shields, they've got 1. Despite the tricky lead, we're back to winning ways. Moving on into the next battle, we see a lead against Scrafty. You'd think a flyer versus a counter user is a good matchup, but let me tell you, it is not. Because XL Scrafty is super bulky, and we haven't really got any hard-hitting charge moves, so over farm towards the back-to-back Aqua Tails. They don't do hardly anything to Scrafty. They tank the first one. I'm going to fire back-to-back. Let's see if the opponent wants to shield it up. They've got loads of energy. I imagine they will shield. The opponent is over farming. Even Shadow Dragon Breath doesn't do too much damage. They are at back-to-back moves. There's no point in shielding. So we lose the 1 shield. Not only that, they've got loads of loaded energy. So Scrafty is actually a Gyarados counter confirmed. And that isn't even sarcasm. It really is. So we get some lag. We manage to Powder Snow down. They have a Snorlax, so I am quite weary of the superpower and dip, but Walrein does outpace Snorlax, so I think they might be weak to ice in the back, so now I switch out into Swampert. If you've followed this channel for a while, you will know that I always say straight nukes, and this is where I don't follow my own strategy and it's going to cost us. So I build up towards the Earthquake, imagining that the Snorlax will want to shield, and they do not. So I fire off this next Hydro Cannon. This will take out the Snorlax before they get to a Body Slam. They're only 1 lick away. In the back is a Swampert. Do we win CMP? If you look to the left, I've got a 1 attack. We lose CMP, so this is going to be a super tight game. We've got loads of loaded energy with the Walrus. I come in, fire the Icicle Sphere. They sneak a Mud Shot. Not fantastic. They let the first one go through. I now need to get to back-to-back. We get a sneak back. We are going to survive this Hydro Cannon, but it puts us super low. We need a denial, and there's the Mud Shot. We're at the back-to-back, but that Mud Shot will take us out. And we literally lose by 1 fast move. GG's to the opponent. Moving on into the next battle. We see a lead against Talonflame. This is pretty good for Gyarados. We actually win CMP. I thought Talonflame would win CMP. So this Aqua Tail will land before they get to the Brave Bird. I am going to shield this up in case they Brave Bird and dip. It's just a Flame Charge, but the opponent switches out anyway. They switch out into an Empoleon. So I bank loads of energy and I catch the Drill Peck onto my Walrein. Drill Peck is the move they want to go for anyway, but we have banked loads of energy on the Gary. So now we are going to tank this next Drill Peck, no problem whatsoever. We are resisting the waterfall, so I'm going to over farm as much as I can and fire off this Earthquake. Will the opponent commit their final shield? Yes, they do. So they're now down all shields. They're looking to Powder Snow, waterfall down. Sorry, they do waterfall us down. We come in with Gary. Gary does win CMP. So I'm hoping this crunch takes them out. It actually does not. So I'm going to let this go through. I don't think Drill Peck will take us out. And I come in with Swampert and look to Mud Shot down. We simultaneously swap. They bring in Talonflame. They fire after 2. So this confirms that it's only a Flame Charge. They should have overfarmed by 1 more, which allows me now to load up on energy. So I fire off this Hydro Cannon. This is definitely taking out the Talonflame. What is it in the back? The opponent comes back in with Empoleon. You're just going to get farmed down. The opponent obviously has something weak to Swampert in the back as they quit the match. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we see Nidoqueen in the lead. This is not great for Gyarados, but pretty good for our back 2 Pokemon. So I'm going to tank the Poison Fang, make a dip into my Walrein. Walrein is met by a Scrafty. This isn't really what you want to see. So we're going to fire off this Icicle Sphere. We will tank the Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch doesn't do too much damage. I'm hoping to get to back-to-back Icicle Spheres before they get to the pup. This is actually CMP tie on the pup. I'm hoping they have thrown, but the opponent is smart and they just completely counter us down. Not fantastic. They've now got loads of energy, so I'm going to have to shield once with Gyarados and hopefully Dragon Breath down. The opponent goes for a pop. So they're now only 4 away from the next move, but they don't make a foul play anyway, which is pretty good for us. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. They come back in with the Nidoqueen. So this Aqua Tail will definitely draw a shield, which it does. We're going to fire off this second one. Will they commit both shields? We're about to find out. So I fire off this second Aqua Tail, make a dip into Swampert, and I'm now calling the Poison Fang bait. The opponent does bait me. The opponent is staying in. This again is a Poison Fang, so I don't need to shield. I imagine they're going to switch out into whatever's in the back. They still haven't switched, so I'm going to fire off this Hydro Cannon. Hydro Cannon will take out the Nidoqueen. Hopefully, something in the back is weak to Swampert, and it's actually Greedent. So, 2-stage defense debuff. We're just going to get Bullet Seeded down. So, this is probably why they were spamming out Poison Fang. You can see, double super effective, non-stab Bullet Seeds, absolutely wrecks us. They're at back-to-back moves, so I just quit the match. Moving on into the final battle of the video. We started super strong. We won, I think, 8 out of our first 10 games, and then we went something like 5-5. Can we redeem ourselves with a victory in the last game? We see a Bomber Snow in the lead. This is pretty tricky for Gyarados, but we draw a shield with the crunch. The opponent is going to dump their energy, so I'm going to allow this to go down, as Walrein is pretty good against the Bomber Snow. Obviously, we've got to be wary of the energy ball, but we outpace him to this Icicle Sphere. This should knock out, but the opponent actually shields. This really puzzles me, so I must have miscounted. I think they're only at 6. They must have only been at 6. They fire a Weather Ball, and now they switch out into Gallade, but they've got no shield, so I'm going to shield up this Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade would probably one-shot us from this range. I'm going to overfarm as much as I can. Earthquake will knock out Gallade. See you fucking later, Gallade. What is hiding in the back? The opponent is waiting out, so they're obviously trying to make a sacrificial swap. They come back in with a Bomber Snow before they're able to catch. I take it out with an Icicle Sphere. See you later, Abominable Snowman. And Giratina in the back quits the match. So those were the battles with the team. I think I went 13-7 overall. So about a 65% win rate with a triple Shadow, triple Water, triple non-XL team. So it is pretty budget for the Open Ultra League. Obviously it's not perfect, but you can see that I did actually lose a couple of games due to lags. It could have been even better. Some games we did get hard countered, but you're not going to win them all. It is the Season of Spice. This team is really fun and is available for trainers under level 40. So this is one of the longest videos I've done. It's really hard to make long videos just on my phone, as well, it's just my phone, so it's pretty annoying. But I'd just like to say, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're a returning sub, please like, comment and subscribe to get this video to reach a wider audience. Just like to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the